Alright, what's going on guys, it's your boy Zilch here. Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video. In today's video, we will be taking a look at the best artifacts in this game right now until they release new artifacts which are coming to the game. I don't know when, but it was in the leaks. We have new level 75 artifacts coming to the game with new game modes as well. So when that does come, I will also have a guide for that. I will have videos on the artifacts and what it upgrades and what it does. So if you guys are interested, that let me know in the comments below and hit that like button on this video. It does help a lot push the video into the algorithm, and so we can make a whole community for you guys. Speaking of community, I am working on a Discord. I will have it up by the time the game launches globally, and I will be streaming the moment the game drops at like 3 in the morning. So be on the lookout for that as well. It's also going to be in my community post. But yeah, if you guys do enjoy the video, hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and let's just hop straight into this video. All right, so here we go. First of all, I want to show you guys my build, my artifact build for Jinwoo before we go in and talk about the best artifacts in the game right now. We're going to rank it from best to worst in terms of what you want to build your Jinwoo. And we're also going to talk about the best ones and the worst ones in terms of the hunters as well, because the worst ones for Jinwoo might be the best ones for the hunters. So keep that in mind when we're talking about this. All right, so for Jinwoo right here, I am rocking the crit set and the armed set because it gives extra attack. And the reason why I did this, right, I would fully rock the crit set, but let me just show you guys. Let's take a look at my artifacts here. I would fully rock the crit set, right, to get the extra 32% damage. But as you can see, this piece gives crit hit rate, and that's what we need, right? We need crit hit rate in our artifacts for Jinwoo, because I do believe that's his stat that you want to work on. It gets a 50% through the artifacts, so that way you can focus on your attack or your strength and perception with the points, right? So my helmet here gives me crit hit rate. None of these gold pieces for the crit set give me crit rate, and it sucks. It actually does. I've been hunting for it for so long, so I decided. So this is what I decided to do, because since my crit hit rate was not increasing from my the toughness set, I decided to just switch up a little, because I had this at 20 and I was rocking this, and I actually was stronger in terms of my attack. But I noticed that this piece right here gives crit hit rate, and when I got it to level 20, it gave me like an extra attack, like bonus right here, +1. You can see it right here. So and now I'm at 1228 for that. That's a lot better than this in terms of obviously the crit rate, because this one doesn't even have crit rate, and that's the stat that I needed. So I have that. It also did come with additional attack, as well as the arm that I have for it. It has additional attack with crit rate, and this crit rate is actually a lot. Like it's +1 1350, so that actually got me up to close to 50% in terms of our crit rate. Now if I was able to get this piece higher, or I got lucky when I leveled it up to get this +1, I would have put this on. And if I was able to get at least one of these, see how many gold I have, and not a single one of them give me crit, then I would be rocking that instead of the what's this called, the arm set. But it's not bad, because it does give me an extra 5% if I run 2 of them, and it was actually perfect for me at the time. So that's what I'm rocking now. I just wanted to show you guys that, so that way when I do show you guys the best artifacts, know that you can separate the artifacts together. So you can use two set for each of them. All right, so just keep that in mind. So let's just hop straight into the artifact section here. All right, so here we are in the artifact section here. So we're gonna start off from best to worst, right? And already off the bat, you guys already know, because I did do a video on this, but we're gonna do it again for newer people coming in, because the game does launch globally on Wednesday, like I mentioned in the morning. So if you guys this is your first time watching this, the best artifact set right now, in my opinion, is definitely the toughness set. All right, crit rate and crit damage is going to be huge. Right now crit damage is not working, right? It's definitely not working, but when it does work, this stat in the game is going to be so broken for even the hunters, right? A lot of the YouTubers like Payne, for example, he's gonna have to redo his tier list. I will have to redo my tier list because at the time of those tier lists, crit damage was not working. So a lot of the characters seemed weaker when they were actually a lot stronger with the crit damage, right? So toughness set for sure is the best right now, even right now, because just the crit rate alone is very good because you get stacks, and it works really well with the weapons as well. So crit rate, sorry, and then after that would go the armed set because of the attack percentage that you do get. And for the force set, if you're running the force set, you get when attacking, the user ignores 15% of the target's defense. So you get a 5% attack increase and a 15% decrease in the target's defense, which is very, very, very good. I think I am probably, because chapter 15, I'm stuck on chapter 15 right now. I think I'm going to try to switch over to this and see if it makes a difference. And I'll probably have a video out on chapter 15 as well, because I know a lot of people are going to get stuck on hard mode, because right now even I'm stuck. Okay, so second is the armed set. Third, we're going to go with the Dragon Knight's helmet here for the solid foundation set, right? So this one is just pure attack, like basic attack is increased by 18% with the 2 set, and if you get 4 set, increase the user's core attack damage by 18%, and when an attack hits, charges the user's core gauge by 60%, right? So this is very strong. Obviously you're doing a lot of basic attacks, you're not using your skills and stuff like that, so an 18% increase in just regular attacking is very, very, very strong. I don't think it's better than the other two. It's close. I honestly was using it for a long time and I was doing a lot of damage, but switching over to the crit set and the arm set, I noticed that I was doing a lot better with those, so I decided to go. So I'm gonna put this at third in terms of the best right now. So there we go. Next would definitely be the destroyer set, right? It says increase power gauge acquisition rate by 20%, and at a 4 set, you get when the battle starts, charges the user's power gauge by 50% and also increases the user and their team members' power gauge acquisition rate by an additional 20%. So that's a very strong effect as well. Next would be the one-hit kill. Increase ultimate skill damage by 25%. That's a 2 set effect. And at 4 set, you get decrease the ultimate skill cooldown by 40%. This is very good for Sung Jinwoo because even Sung Jinwoo and the other hunter, Choi and Sung Jinwoo, is very good because you're going to be able to spam your ult and you get a massive increase in damage for using your ult. Choi already does so much damage. You already know Sung Jinwoo does a lot of damage as well. So this is not a bad set at all. And the sets also give you like crit rate and stuff like that. So like this right here is not bad. Like if I wanted to run this, I could go ahead and just put this set on and I would have the same crit rate effect that I would have had with the crit set in terms of just a stat alone, right? So that wouldn't be bad at all. So that's the next best one here. So now the other ones I'm going to talk about are not really that good for Jinwoo himself, but they might be very good for the hunters. All right, so this one right here, the Guardian set, is not good for Sung Jinwoo. Okay, however, it could be good for shield characters. All right, so for example, the SR shield guy, I can't remember his name. Let's go ahead and take a look at him real quick. This guy right here, Kim Chul, applies impenetrable. Okay, here's the shield effect. Yeah, so he gives a shield, and that crit set right there would actually, not crit set, the shield set would give a lot of benefits to him. It says the user's shield effect increased by 30% when you run the 2 set, and in the 4 set, when a team member, including the user, activates a shield, it increases their individual damage dealt by 10%. So you get a damage dealt as well. So for him in the hunters section would be very good. This is probably his best set for him, but for Sung Jinwoo, it's not the best. So this is why I said keep in mind, even though this is the like one of the worst ones right now for Sung Jinwoo, it is the best one for shield characters. So that's that in that slot right there. So the next one would be the Noble Sacrifice. Okay, Noble Sacrifice says 2 set effect. The user's HP increases by 8%. 4 set, you get decreases user's attack by 8%, but increases their team member's attack by 8%. Okay, so this is good, but it's not good for Sung Jinwoo. Okay, obviously with Sung Jinwoo, you want his attack to be up, so you're lowering your own attack to increase the other team attack, which is obviously not what you want to run for Sung Jinwoo. But however, for Emma, she scales off of HP. So this set is the best set for her, but the worst set, one of the worst sets for Sung Jinwoo himself. Take a look at the next one here. Okay, so we have Solid Analysis, and I believe that's the last one. Honestly, I would put Solid Analysis ahead of the Shield, and that's because everyone can actually benefit from the break state, right? So let's take a look. 2 set effect. The user's damage dealt to enemies in the break state increases by 15%. When attacking enemies that have elemental weakness, the break effect increases by 30%. So that's very good for characters that break. So Beck, the best breaker in the game right now, is a heavy break character, right? Like he does the, like his break is the most in the game, I'm pretty sure. Like everything he does breaks, and he's the best breaker in the game. So he would actually benefit heavily from that artifact. So would Sung Jinwoo himself actually, because obviously his ult would hit like a truck if you broke and then use your ult, or even if you use the ult for your weapons like the scythe, which does so much damage. So that would be pretty good as well. So I'm not running it on him right now, but for a time I actually was running it and it worked perfectly fine. This is what I'm running on him right now, even though I really don't need to. I'm actually probably going to change it, but back to what it was to the break state. But yeah, for now, those are the best artifacts in the game currently. When the game releases the other ones, I'll be making a whole new thing. I'm actually going to make like an actual tier list. You'll see a tier list like on the screen of just the best. And I'm also going to do a weapons tier list as well, and another character tier list, because obviously crit damage in the game is broken. So these characters that we like, for example, Choi, after crit damage is increased, he's not going to be the best hunter in the game. All right, right now he is, and that's because purely based off attack, he is the strongest. But when crit damage is fixed, first of all, Chahae is going to be the best in the game, and next will be Silvermane Beck, and then probably Choi or someone else, because we're gonna have to retest. But yeah, based on what she does and what we know, she's definitely gonna be hitting like a truck. All right, so yeah. Okay, so I actually was about to end the video just now, but I completely forgot we had a whole right side of artifacts that we do need to talk about. So we're back over here on our Sung Jinwoo here. I'm going to show you guys the artifacts that I am running, and again I'm going to show you guys which ones are best for each hunters as well. So in first place for Sung Jinwoo himself, we have the expert set, and that's because it's very good with the critical hit set that we have here. Let's take a look at it real quick. So the 2 set effect, when landing a critical hit, the user has a 25% chance to increase attack by 0.8%, and stacks up to 100 times. The cooldown is 1 second. You do actually see that stat when you're playing the game at the bottom or above your health bar, so you'll see that. 4 set effect, increase activation rate to 50%, so that goes up by another 25%, and it goes double the attack to 1.6%, and you get that as a 4 set effect for having all the crits that you have increased, right? So again, my Sung Jinwoo is at almost 50% in crit rate here. My damage for my critical hit damage did go down from 167 to 133, but again, we're hunting down crit damage artifacts for my goat here. So we have that as the first spot here. Next artifact, which is the second best in terms of the right side here, you're gonna want to run the executioner effect, and this would work really well with the, what was the set called? This set right here, the arm set. Let's take a look at why. Let me go on the artifacts real quick. We have two set effect. When attacking enemies with 40% or less HP, increase the user's damage dealt by 8%. This is also actually really good with the solid foundation, which would boosts your core attack by 18%. So that's very good. So you do more damage at the 2 set by 8% when they have 40% or less HP. And at the 4 set, HP condition changes to 70% and damage increases to 20%. So that's very good in terms of just core attack and just attack damage in general. So if you're gonna run the what's it called again, the arm set or the solid foundation, definitely run the executioner set. So this is the first best 2, and honestly those are the only 2 that matter for Sung Jinwoo right now, in my opinion. All right, the other ones, as you can see, I run these also on Beck and Sao. Again, guys, it's not pronounced Seo, it's Sao. Okay, I'm trying to keep it true to Korea. Okay, all right, so the next one here, we're going to talk about the concentration of firepower. Okay, so let's take a look. Increases user's skill MP consumption rate by 20%, but increases user's damage dealt by 5%. Decreases the user's basic skill cooldown by 5%. 4 set increase damage increase effect to 18%, and cooldown reduction effect of basic skills to 18%. This is actually really good for Emma. I don't use it on Emma, but this is really good for her because she's going to be able to use her skills a lot quicker and just stack a lot of stats for her. So that's very good for her. So that it would be in the 3rd spot. The next one I want to talk about is the Berserker set. This is actually, this is actually not bad for Sung Jinwoo himself. All right, when the user has 50% HP or less, their damage dealt increases by 15%. HP conditions changes to 70%, and damage dealt increase effect increases to 30% when you have the 4 set. Again, chapter 15 is absolutely destroying me. I think this would be probably the best for chapter 15, or stages that just take a lot of your health, because you're doing more damage the more health you lose, right? So it also works well with the scythe, because the scythe takes health in order to get that big damage that it does have, right? So that's very, very good. So I'm probably gonna make a video on it because I actually do want to try it out. The next would be this one right here. Champion on the field increases the user's attack by 5% for 4 seconds when landing a critical hit. 4 set, the attack increase effect can now stack 4 instances, which is the max. So your attack increases for 5% for 4 seconds when you land a critical hit. This is very good, right? You could also run this for Sung Jinwoo, but again, the other one is just stronger and better, right? Because this one stacks up to 100 times, and it doesn't have, this is permanent, so it doesn't have like any like sections or seconds that you have to wait for it to just go away or come back, right? So that's fine. The next one, I believe this is the final one. I'm just speedrunning this one right now, because these equips on the side right here, really, they're all really good, but the main 2 that I talked about first are obviously the best ones. The other ones you could just literally just test them out yourselves, but in terms of best, it's going to be the first 2, which is the expert and then the executioner set. Then you're going to have the concentration of firepower. Then you have Berserker. I think I would actually switch that around. I think Berserker, then concentration of firepower, and finally we're gonna have, actually no, then it's gonna be champion of the field. Then finally will be outstanding connection, which is when tagging out increases the user and their team members attack by 12% for 10 seconds, and that's the 2 set effect. The 4 set effect will be increases attack increase effect to 28% and duration to 15%. So when you tag out, this is for the hunters. This was one that would probably be best for just the hunters, because when you tag out, you give your team an attack boost by 12%, and that's a 10-second 12% boost, so that's not bad at all. So yeah, that's pretty much all of the artifacts that I want to talk about here. The main one that I really wanted you guys to focus on is the left side for now, because as you're starting off, you don't get these ones on the right side until like you're like level 40 or something, and you unlock the first 2 slots over here. But you unlock these ones pretty fast, right? So these are the ones you're gonna want to focus on for now. I do think the crit hit set and the arm set are the best that you want to work towards. Even the solid foundation, which is just your core attack, go ahead and try those out. But for this is what's been working for me. As you can see, these are my stats right now. I did make a progress on the account video, a progression type video, and my account's not bad, but it could be better, all right? And that's simply because my artifact grinding has been unlucky, but it is what it is. If you guys did enjoy this video, hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what else you guys want to see. Global launch is on Wednesday. I am excited. As I said, I will be streaming at like 3 a.m. EST in the morning. And by that time, my Discord should also be done. So we'll be promoting that. Hopefully a lot of you join. We start to build a community. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.